Hi, hello, this is Gary, teaching ninth mathematics, the chapter polynomials. Here are the questions and solutions from exercise 2.1, and this is part 1 video. In this video, we will learn the solutions of question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3 of the exercise 2.1. Here is the chapter polynomials and exercise 2.1. And this is question number 1. Find the degree of the following polynomials. I shall repeat. Find the degree of the following polynomials. Here we may be given some 6 polynomials and we have to find the degree of all these polynomials. Now in order to find out the degree, first of all let us recollect the knowledge of degree. What is meant by degree of the polynomial? Dear children, please recollect what is meant by degree of the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial is nothing but the highest exponent of the variable among all the terms. In any polynomial, there may be any number of terms. There may be a single term, there may be 2 terms, there may be 3 terms, and there may be more than 3 terms. Now, if you have given a polynomial, in order to find out the degree, you have to pick up the highest exponent of the variable. You observe this. This is question number 1. We have given a polynomial x power 5 minus x power 4 plus 3. In this polynomial, the first term is x power 5, second term is minus x power 4, and third term is plus 3. We have 3 terms in this polynomial. Now this polynomial has a variable x. This is a polynomial of the variable x, isn't it? In the first term, what is the exponent of the variable? 5. And in the second term, what is the exponent of the variable? 4. And in the third term, what is the exponent of the variable? Here, you can write this 3 as 3 into x power 0. Therefore, here the exponent is 0, here the exponent is 4, and here the exponent is 5. Therefore, what is the highest exponent? What is the largest exponent among 5, 4 and 0? Good, that is 5 only. Therefore, degree of the given polynomial x power 5 minus x power 4 plus 3 is 5. Therefore, degree is nothing but the highest exponent of all the given terms. Okay. Now look at the second bit. The second question is x square plus x minus 5. The given polynomial is x square plus x minus 5. Again we have 3 terms. And in the first term, the exponent of the variable is 2. And in the second term, exponent of the variable is 1. X means x power 1. Minus 5 means 5 into x power 0. Therefore, the exponents of the variables in all the 3 terms are 2, 1 and 0. And what is the highest among 2, 1 and 0? Good, 2. Therefore, degree of the given polynomial x square plus x minus 5 is 2. Understood? Now look at the third bit. Just we have given 5, a constant number. There is no variable in this case. Since there is no variable, you can write this 5 as 5 into x power 0. Isn't it? 5 into x power 0. Therefore, the exponent of the variable is 0, therefore degree of 5 is 0. Understood? Since 5 is a constant number, the degree of any constant number is always 0. Please keep in mind, the degree of a constant number is always 0. This is called a constant polynomial. Now, fourth bit. 3x power 6 plus 6y cube minus 7. The fourth polynomial is 3x power 6 plus 6y cube minus 7. In this polynomial, you can find 3 terms, 1, 2 and 3 terms. And how many variables you can find? Good. There are 2 variables. One is x and the second is y. There are 2 variables. Understood? There are 3 terms and 2 variables. Okay, whatever the number of variables, you go for the exponents. You verify the exponents. In the first term, the exponent of the variable is 6. And in the second term, the exponent of the variable is 3, and in the third term, the exponent of the variable is 0. Therefore, among 6, 3 and 0, what is the highest exponent? Good. 6 is the highest exponent. Therefore, the degree of 3x power 6 plus 6y cube minus 7 is equal to 6. Understood? Clear? Good. Now, fifth bit. 4 minus y square. Given a polynomial 4 minus y square. In this polynomial, how many terms you can find? Good. There are two terms. 4 is one term, minus y square is the second term. Since 4 is a constant number, you can write 4 as 4 into y power 0. Therefore, the exponent of the variable is 0. Here the exponent of the variable is 2. Among 0 and 2, the highest exponent is 2. Therefore, the degree of the given polynomial is 2. Now, sixth bit. 5t minus root 3. If you observe the given polynomial, you can find two terms. First term is 5t. Here the variable is t. You can write 5t means 5 into t power 1 minus root 3 means root 3 into t power 0. Among 1 and 0, the highest exponent is 1. Therefore, the degree of the polynomial 5t minus root 3 is 1. Therefore, the degree is nothing but, good, the degree is nothing but the highest exponent of the variable in the given terms. Understood? Now, let us solve question number 2. You see, this is question number 2. Which of the following expressions are polynomials and which are not? Give reasons. I shall repeat. Which of the following expressions are polynomials and which are not, and give reasons. Here, you should recollect what is meant by a polynomial. You should recollect when can you say that a given expression is a polynomial. For that, you should go for the definition of the polynomial. How can you define a polynomial? A polynomial is nothing but an expression in which there may be at least one non-zero term where the exponents of the variable should be non-negative integers. It means in any expression, if the exponent of the variables is a non-negative integer. Non-negative integer means the exponent may be 0 or the exponents may be 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. like this. Such expressions are said to be polynomials. Understood? In any expression, if the exponent of the variables is a non-negative integer, then the expressions can be called as polynomials. Here is the first bit. 3x square minus 2x plus 5. Here if you observe this polynomial, how many terms you can find? Good. There are 3 terms. The first term is 3x square, second term is minus 2x, and the third term is plus 5. Now in this polynomial, among all the 3 terms, you can find x is the variable, isn't it? Now what is the exponent of the variable in the first term? The exponent of the variable in the first term is 2. It is a positive integer. Minus 2 into x means minus 2 into x power 1. 1 is a positive integer. And 5 into x power 0, it is also a non-negative integer. This is a non-negative integer, it is a non-negative integer, it is a non-negative integer. Therefore, since all the terms of this expression contains a variable x, and in all these terms you can find the exponent of the variable is a non-negative integer. Since the exponent of the variable in all the terms is a non-negative integer, this expression is said to be polynomial. Okay? The reason is the terms have no negative integral exponents. All are non-negative integral exponents. Therefore, it is a polynomial. Now, second bit. X square plus root 2. You can find 2 terms here. One is x square plus second is root 2. X square means x power 2. The exponent is 2. Plus root 2 means root 2 into x power 0. Exponent is 0. In the first term, the exponent is a non-negative integer, and the second term also the exponent is 0, which is a non-negative integer. Therefore again it is a polynomial because the terms have no negative integral exponents. Now third bit, p square minus 3p plus q. The polynomial is p square minus 3p plus q. Here you can find two variables. P is one variable and q is the second variable. Don't worry about the number of the variables. You may have any number of variables, no problem. But in each and every variable, you may verify the exponent. It is enough. If the exponent is a non-negative integral exponent, then you can say that it is a polynomial straight away. Okay, you see, p square, the exponent is 2, minus 3p, p power 1, exponent is 1, plus q means q power 1. The exponents are 2, 1 and 1, and all these 2, 1 and 1 are non-negative integral exponents. Therefore it is called a polynomial because the terms have no negative integral exponents. Now look at fourth bit, y plus 2 by y, y plus 2 by y. If we take this y to the numerator, it may become 2 into y power minus 1, isn't it? Y plus 2 by y is nothing but y plus 2 into y power minus 1. You can find two terms in this expression. In the first term it is y means y power 1, the exponent is 1. It is, of course it is very good, it is a non-negative integer. But whereas if you observe the second term is 2 by y, 2 divided by y. It is nothing but 2 into y power minus 1. Y power minus 1 is a negative integer. Therefore it is not a polynomial. Every expression is said to be polynomial only when in all the terms of the expression, the variable should contain non-negative integer only. In all the terms, the variable should contain non-negative integer. But in the first term you can find a non-negative integer, but whereas in the second term you cannot find a non-negative integer, it is a negative integer. Therefore it is not polynomial. Clear? Good. It is not a polynomial because in the second term the exponent of y is negative. It is negative, therefore this is not a polynomial. Next bit is fifth bit. We are given 5 root x plus x root 5. 5 into root x plus x into root 5. You can find two terms here. The first term is 5 into root x. If we write this root x in exponential form, you already come across how to write in an exponential form in first chapter. Square root x is nothing but x to the power of 1 by 2. 5 into x to the power of 1 by 2. Therefore the exponent of the variable is 1 by 2 here. And in the second term, x into root 5 means x power 1 into root 5. Therefore the exponent of the variable in the first term is 1 by 2 and the exponent of x in the second term is 1. We know that this 1 by 2, the exponent of this variable of the first term is 1 by 2, which is not an integer. Please recollect what are integers or what are positive integers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are positive integers. And this set of positive integers may not include 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is not a part of an integer. Therefore, since the exponent of this variable is not an integer, it is not polynomial. It is not a polynomial because the first term, in the first term, the exponent of x is not an integer. Clear? Good. Now sixth bit. X power 100 plus y to the power of 100. X to the power of 100 plus y to the power of 100. You see how many terms you can find here? You can find two terms in this expression. And you can find two variables also. Now the exponent of the variable x is 100. The exponent of the variable y is also 100. You see 100 is a positive integer, isn't it? Therefore x power 100 plus y power 100 is a polynomial because these two terms have no negative integral exponents. These two terms have positive integral exponents. Therefore it is a polynomial. From this, what did you understand? Yes, in order to say that an expression is a polynomial, you should observe the exponents of the variables in all the terms of the given expression. In order to find out whether the given expression is a polynomial or not, you have to verify all the exponents of the variables in all the terms. In any expression, if all the variables contains non-negative integral exponents, then the expression is said to be polynomial. Otherwise, it is not a polynomial, it is just an expression only. Now you can solve question number 3. This is question number 3. Write the coefficient of x cube in each of the following. Write the coefficient of x cube in each of the following bits. The first bit is x cube plus x plus 1. Even though there are 3 terms in this expression or polynomial, x cube is a single term. In this x cube, what is the quotient? Do you know what is meant by quotient? Quotient means the number or a letter which is just before x cube or which may multiply x cube. A number or a letter which may multiply x cube is called quotient. Here, as there is no value here, it means that it is 1 into x cube. Therefore, the quotient of x cube is 1. Here this x is called base and this 3 is called exponent. The value before x is called quotient. Here, since the quotient is 1, the quotient of x cube is 1. Now second bit, 2 minus x cube plus x square plus 2 minus x cube plus x square. Here there is only one term again, x cube term, in which there is minus sign before x cube. Therefore, you can write this as minus 1 into x cube. Minus 1 into x cube. Therefore, the quotient of x cube is minus 1. Good. Now third bit, root 2 x cube plus 5. Here this x cube is multiplied with root 2. Therefore, root 2 is called quotient of x cube. Quotient of x cube in this expression is root 2. Understood? Okay. Now fourth bit, 2x cube plus 5. Again in this expression there is only one term x cube, in which this x cube is multiplied with 2. Therefore, the quotient of x cube is 2. Quotient of x cube is 2. Fifth bit, pi by 2 into x cube plus x. Fifth bit is pi by 2 into x cube plus x. This x cube is multiplied with pi by 2. Therefore, pi by 2 is the quotient of x cube. The quotient of x cube is pi by 2. Sixth bit, minus 2 by 3 into x cube. Therefore, the quotient of x cube is minus 2 by 3. Quotient of x cube is minus 2 by 3. Now seventh bit, 2x square plus 5. Can you find an x cube term? Good. There is no x cube term in the given expression. Since there is no x cube term, it means that x cube is multiplied with 0. 0 into x cube is 0. Therefore, there is no x cube term. Since there is no x cube term, the quotient of x cube is, you can say it is 0. 0 into x cube is 0. That's why there is no x cube term in the given expression. So, in any expression, if there is no x cube term, then you can say that the quotient of x cube is 0. Understood? In this case, quotient of x cube is 0. Good. Now, 8th bit, I have given only a constant number 4. And again, there is no x cube term. We have a constant term only. We don't have any x term, we don't have any x square term, we don't have any x cube term. Since there is no x cube term, I just mentioned that the quotient of x cube is 0 if x cube term is missing. In any polynomial, if x cube term is missing, then it means that the quotient of that x cube is 0. Understood? So that we solved question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3 of the exercise 2.1. Dear students, you can find the link of Introduction to Polynomials in the description. You can click the link and you can understand the concepts and you can revise the concepts once again. Thank you. Thank you one and all.